Overall Setting Podcast. Overall Settings. You know you are the leader now. You're taking over with speed now. Overall Settings. Yes, you're on the go. Everybody want to watch your show. You're watching Overall Settings Podcast. Boom, Overall Settings.
I'm feeling this aura. Yeah, that's the deal in this
live on Overall Settings.
You're the vice and to the world, ambassador to the universe, and we represent Overall Settings.
Splash the artist, sing a splash. Yeah, man. Overall Set.
Your big respects, original Dan Raja, Apache Indian in the place. Catch me on Overall Setting.
This is Shinehead. I found out. So here what? As pertain to the overall setting. And for the main devices, you know, say a frostant from where you do the dots straight out. Watch your face, I represent the overall setting.
Hey yo, check this out. This is Anthony Cruz live and direct, and I'm here to tell you about the Don't Know Overall Setting scene.
This is Silver Cat, aka Iron Claw, and I will be on the Overall Podcast Setting.
From them see the face and hear the voice, them know say Rasta British, the true leader. I'll be featured live on Overall Settings Podcast.
Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, your girl Joe, now representing with the Overall Settings Podcast Show.
Hey, don't forget Fearless Wonder. I'm here represent the Overall Settings.
Catch me live on Overall Settings. This is Jay Warren, and you can check me out live on Overall Podcast.
Not gonna make them night.
What's good with the Salaman and Tigana Overall? Milan.
We coming some indeed. Like wire fire every 16. Police man a fire AK-47, but soldier man, them a fire is the love.
Lonely for you, baby. Oh, yeah. But I love you and I don't want you to leave me. Please stay, baby. Girl, I love you and I need you to be my bride. You wanna walk out on me, girl. You wanna leave me all alone. That ain't right. Oh no, that ain't right. When I'm feeling blue, I always think of you. When I'm feeling cold, you are the one I wanna hold in my arms. Hold you in my arms, baby. It's alright. Girl, I love you and I don't want you to leave me. Please stay. Come on, baby. Girl, I love you and I need you to be by my side. Remember when we used to talk about loving each other for life? I don't see what people wanna say. I don't see what they wanna do. I'm gonna beg you to stay, begging you to stay with me all night long. Baby, I love you. You wanna walk out on me, girl. You wanna leave me all alone. That ain't right. No, no, no. That ain't right. When I'm feeling blue, I always think of you. And when I'm feeling cold, you are the one I wanna hold in my arms. I always love you, baby. It's alright. Come on over and give me your loving. Love you, baby. I like. I really love you, woman. Oh yeah. Take it down, 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 down. just can't stand it. No, no, no. There is something happening here. This isn't exactly clear. There's a man over here telling me I got to be here. I want to stop till death. What is now? Everybody loves people. What's going on? Nobody's right. Everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their mind, getting so much resistance from behind. Yeah, getting so much resistance from behind. Yeah, I just can't stand it. No, no, no. I just can't stand it. What a great day, you feel the heat. Thousands of people in the street, getting so much resistance from behind. Getting so much resistance from behind. Yeah, I wanna stop it. I wanna stop this feeling inside of me. What's the one? Please stop the feeling inside of me. I wanna tell you goodbye. I hope you will see me again another time. Goodbye.
Now, this is Overall Settings, the podcast that differs, where we always try to highlight the icons of yesteryear. The man that would chop the bush for the man that would there. So today, you know what I mean? So, therefore, no for them artists I want to hear about today. If it was not for the man, them, the pioneer, the man that would set it, you would not be able to hear about the current icons of right now. I will also highlight the diamond them in the rough. And the man that fall under every category we made just name a while ago. Because me personally don't feel like say Phillip Fraser get the credit where him forget in the business. Is a man where not only set it for himself, you know, build sound system from the ground up. You know what I mean? Just with Fiend Vice, I carry sound system from in a Greenwich farm from them time there. You know what I mean? And big up whole heap of different like era from them time there. You know what I mean? You have Rod Taylor, you have whole heap of bad singer where come out and the man that just stick to them roots and they are Jamaica and a build a vibe and never run down the whole foreign vibes where, you know, enough of the artists, them do some of them run off and them stick to him roots and build him name right which part him did that. You know, I said tell him build him on a record label and create what of hit songs and you know, I said, so it's like a lot of the things that this general, this pillar in the business has done, has went unnoticed. But tonight, hopefully we can bring them to the forefront and to the highlight. But before we bring him on, Mr. Phillip Fraser. For those of you who don't know who we're talking about, for those of you who don't know who we're talking about,
I will never let it go.
If you're on this live, share this live, please. If you're up on the live right now, share the live. Share it.
I will never let it go. I will never
things you would say just couldn't be that way. You'll never ever reach if you don't try it. Instead you keep on telling all those dreadful lies. Just wait and see how things will be when I am free. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, cause I will never let go. I always try. And I've got so much soul, and you wonder why. It's just because
Well, yeah, I don't know. We did have some technical difficulty earlier. You know what I mean? Things that were beyond our control, and we're not going to make the artist wait not even 1 second more. So without further ado, different location, last minute, you know what I mean? Little rangaroo we have to go through, but nothing can stop Jason from shine. So without further ado, a very warm overall settings. Welcome for the veteran, the pillar, the man with chop the bush for enough of them boy, Mr. Phillip Fraser. Welcome to the platform in general.
Yes, I, Rastafari, I now give thanks.
Yeah, man, welcome. You know what I mean? You don't know, it's like Satan did try to push up him head in the night, but can't stop Jackson from shine no time at all. You know, man, I said this did have to happen. Me not care, me did have to go up on top of a house top, in my car, you know what I mean? Wherever me did have to go for make this happen, it did have to happen. You know what I mean? And I just want to thank you, because you could have done anywhere in the world right now, and you choose to spend that time with me. You know what I mean? So respecting every aspect, Mr. Fraser. What are you doing tonight, sir?
Well, as I say, man, that they are going to give thanks to life and hold it, you know.
Yeah, man. Real talk. Give thanks. So, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I said, we were kind of there behind schedule a little bit, so we didn't know about to waste no more time. You know what I mean? Just tell us how it all began for Mr. Fraser. Like, when did you develop, or did you start to notice this immense talent that was bestowed upon you?
Well, to be honest to you, King, it's like a talented band, I just have to push it out, and then as a youth come in, I man grew up with man like Earl Chinna Smith, one of the greatest guitarists as a young youth, and a next virgin named Earl Zero. See? And then we have a big man virgin Mounts we know. We used to spar with Bunny Lee, you know Bunny Lee passed, but the virgin now named Tony Mac. And he used to spar with Bunny Lee, know about the studio thing and all kind of things. So when him come and sit down and listen to we now, like him and say no. And then a band farm now in Greenwich Farm named the Soul Syndicate Band with Earl Chinna. And we start to rehearse day and night, same way. And the virgin named Tony Mac say, I can't go to the studio go record now. We don't know nothing about studio and tape and them things there. And tell you where to do and how to buy the tape. I have a virgin now named Mr. Brown, control a label named Freedom Sound. He was the man that was working. Because I and I never there work. I just music and smoke and sing and rave. So him finance the money for deal the studio and buy the tape and all them something there. And Phillip Fraser and the Soul Syndicate band. And so me just go in there and recording start and you know.
So what year are we talking about? Are we talking about?
We are talking about like late 60s, you know, because me used to do a whole heap of talent show. The same Virgin used to come up on some talent show, one club named Bohema up on Maxwell Avenue up there. With me and Diamonds and Johnny Clark and those people, you know. So late 60s because at 74 I start record.
Oh, wow. So Greenwich Farm, for the people who don't know, for some of the people who are on the live right now, what particular part of Jamaica is that in? Does that fall within the Kingston 13 area?
Yes, man, right. There's a man, Greenwich Town, man, Kingston 13, man. I'm born on Maxwell Avenue, you know.
Okay.
And
Okay.
me come live at Greenwich Farm and grow at Greenwich Farm like a Greenwich Farm me born.
Wow.
And that time my whole life, you know.
So when you talk about Kingston 13, you know what I mean, you have to mention yourself, obviously, you know what I mean. But who were some of the other artists who hail from that area? Because it's a hotbed. It was a hotbed
Yeah.
for Walipa artists back then.
Yeah, well, me coming up now as a youth, as me say, me come up come say, one of the greatest me have to say. You understand? 'Cause you know you have enough more great people like Sir Cox and Joe Creed, but this virgin our name Bonnie Striker Lee.
Mm-hmm.
A Greenwich farm him come from too. And through that now, all of the singers them used to come to Greenwich farm. And my idol now was Slim Smith. Because I used to sit down and watch them man their rehearse day and night and drop pipe. And I say, that man I can't sing him, man. Want come like a man, yeah.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. I mean, so you said so you ventured into the music long before 74 when you actually start record because
Yes, man, yeah, man. 74 me start record.
so what was the first song and what was the first label where you actually record your first song for?
Well, the first song me record, now, me can remember that song name. This time won't be like the last time. Ever since you went away, I keep on moving,
Wow.
moving, we out of sight. And it was the same little bird, you know, me I tell you about name Freedom Sound label. But
Oh,
through the small, there was a Chinaman now up at the top of farm for East Avenue top with have a big Chinese shop and things. And he was dealing with some production too. Him living him Trump. So we give him the tune and him put it out and for him labor for us.
oh, wow. So what was the reception like? I mean, you did I get radio play and them thing there like all other part that they go?
Well, to be honest to you know, saying at them time there, the radio play people more than even now. Through
Oh
certain
wow.
things that we don't want to disclose on it, but
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
my
Mm,
time. I read them
mm.
and hear all that tune, Anyway, them find, I
Oh
find the
wow.
producer. I want
Wow.
that tune to play on the program. But the
Mm.
dance was the biggest radio station for us, the dance. Because you used to have a thing in the dance now where it's pre-release. Every
Mhm.
sound man have it and it start play before it release. And the reaction now where that one with in the dance, the producer will say, "What that tune you mash up every dance, we're gonna release it now."
Wow. So at this particular time when you were doing what you were doing, was Channel One in existent or because I know that you had done some work with Channel One if I'm not mistaken, and that was a studio that was within Kingston 13 as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, say, me never really do no recording for Channel One and Channel One label, but we used to use the shoulder regular
Okay,
because
okay,
Jammys, for
okay.
instance, Jammys never have no shoulder where him work. He used to
Mhm.
work with Tubbies, but
Okay,
it's Channel One.
okay.
Jammys used to come and lay for him with him them, and me got to go make rhythm for Jammys, you understand, go sing. And
Okay.
most of us used to go to Channel One to lay the rhythm, and they would go to Tubbies go vice it. But I
Okay,
personally never record any song for Channel One and Channel One label.
okay. I mean, I know that Sammy Dread, was here, and he was telling us that you were one of the person that was instrumental in introducing him to the music, and I know that he did a lot of work at Channel One, so that's why I kind of assumed that you were doing work at Channel One as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you so you voiced this particular song um, for one producer, but another label released it for you. So when would you say you started to gain notoriety for the songs that you were putting out, and what would you say was your first song that everybody started to recognize? Yeah, that man has a force for be recorded with.
Well, As I tell you, we come back to Slim Smith again. I used to listen to Slim Smith now, and Slim Smith never song name where you just play Milk One name. Never let go. No people don't know say that Slim Smith song because Shooter One never released that on a single. It was on an album. If I listen to Slim Smith regular, I record that song for a next little virgin of mine in Greenwich Farm. His label name Roots Tradition, and that song becomes a big song all over the world with me.
Wow. So right then and there, I mean, even though Slim Smith did it, it was not released as a single. You did it. It became a song that was synonymous with your career. Because I mean, me being a younger youth, you know, I knew that once I hear that song, me never put Slim Smith in the equation because to me, you made that song big. You know what I mean? So, you know, what did it change for you after you recorded that song? Did you start to travel? Did people start to notice you? Like, how did your life change after you dropped your first big song?
Well, in the midst of that song, you know, well, for people want to record me now. That's not saying I never did record for no big label. I just me look a virgin them. You understand? And a virgin now named Barry Clark have a label named Afro Eagle. You understand? Him come to me now and say, boy, Mr. Fraser, I never tune you and I'm more, you sing it on the rhythm. And me and him go up in yard and play the rhythm and him write the tune. Them time that rhythm now, it and my rhythm and him never let go was the two biggest rhythm in the dance hall and mash up the place. Man the pan it, every man the pan it, I rhythm name Diseases with Michigan and Smiley. Yes. And write that tune give me name. Girl, I love you and I don't want you to leave me, please stay. Girl, I love you and I need you to be my bride. And that becomes a anthem again. Run behind, never let go. If a sound chung up and play them two Phillip Fraser, the man is like, you know, no sound. That's right. Yeah, man.
Bad.
And from there, so now everything start develop now and becoming my first album now named Come Ethiopians from a Virginia Greenwich Farm named Freedom Sound. And then everything start take off from there, so I start write one tune for jammers. But them man they never they release me, them man they sit down for me. One and two tune them release and I foreign and nobody no hear about it. And when me go find me see the tune them. And me just nobody make that were me because they look a small youth them when me a record for. For them things run where me I go foreign and go about, you know.
So I mean, I know back in those days, sound system, because I hear you mention Freedom Sound. I know that there's a host of sound where come from same place in a Kingston 13, and you know, back in those particular days, prior to the whole dub plate era, artists used to align themselves with sound and you know them go all about all over the island and travel. You know what I mean? What were some of the sounds that you personally used to perform on our travel with?
Well, to be honest, you know, say I would have say I nearly the whole of the sound at Jamaica me sing from. Me started that sound again in a Greenwich Farm. Cause like a Greenwich Farm, everything you really start on Trenchtown, you know. A sound named Echo Vibration. And there's some Michigan and Smiley as a youth, all of them come when them leave school and practice them things. You understand? And starting from that sound was the first sound I say, keep day dance. Day dance. Seeing because day dance never used to keep this play night dance people used to keep. And then I assigned now to Stereograph. Understand? Yeah, I start work on Stereograph. We was to appear now. Me, Josie Whale, Charlie Chaplin, Lico John, Sam George, Sugar Minot. But Stereograph was my sound me assigned to. And when Stereograph not play now like a Thursday night and certain night, I go to Gemini Club and understand Wednesday night and Metro Media in Alman Town. Every sound, man, Jalove, we buck up Briggy and all them something there. And every sound.
Right. So, I mean, what was the whole? I hear artists, I mean, Lady Ann, I hear several artists, Tuffy Melody, is also from in the Kingston 13 area. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of artists talking about even Junior Cat, traveling with the sound, some of them, some of the conditions that they used to travel under just to get heard, forget them voice out there, riding on the truck back and, did you experience any of those things or, when you having hit songs, did you kind of like get a front seat or a personal vehicle for yourself? I don't know, tell me how the thing go.
No man, no front seat, no there. Yeah, for just ride on the truck. Turn up, not dance and bleach at night time and just ride on the truck. You understand? Yeah, man, and joke, but I your work, so you have to just do it. When you
Right,
reach back in
right.
the yard, sun are shining. So everybody
Yeah.
go through the dance business and singing and sound.
Right. So, who were some of the artists, who probably went on to make their name like yourself, who shared that space and some of those trucks with you, going to country and, other places all over the island?
Say it again, who was what?
Who are some of the artists who shared a space with you on those trucks when you were venturing out to
Ah,
different parts of the island?
well, as me say, artists like Sammy Dread. You
Wow.
understand? Because me and him come from the same area, Greenwich Farm. And more
Mm,
time we have to go meet them. I could meet Telegraph, what have you, or we meet this a man around here, so we meet this a man at this, so you understand?
yeah.
So,
Mm,
Sammy Dread was one of the man where, and then you have two little youth named Peter and Lucky, two
mm,
DJ, two of them
mm,
parts, you know. Yeah,
mm.
man, Greenwich Farm, them come from too.
Right.
Sometimes Michael Prophet, him pass to another Greenwich Farm youth too. You understand? Yeah, man.
Sin. Yeah, man. I mean, well, I'm telling you, I'm a general. I mean, it's remarkable, to be in the presence of you. I'm an artist myself, and I had the opportunity of sharing some stages with you over here in Philadelphia, where I reside, and also within the New York area. I seen you. So when do you think? When was the first time you traveled?
First time I travel,
Mm-hmm.
I know the 80s, early 80s, like 81, something like that.
Do you
Musically, I
recall?
travel before that too, as a youth, family business, but musically,
Yeah,
like in the
musically.
80, 81.
Okay, so where were you headed when you fly out for dealing your works?
England. 'Cause England was the place where I just saw reggae music I left from go England. It never did go America, you understand? I just
Mm-hmm,
know America really. Everything that I come out of, so I go to England. Because I'm out and you do all that song like Jamaica. I hear it. At the end of the day,
mm-hmm.
you buy some in England or what have you and call and say, boy, you are Phillip Fraser and you this a much up England. You say, well, so me do that song everywhere and me know you to Jamaica. Man say, well,
Wow,
to release England and mash up England. So England are the
right.
first place from go on.
Wow. So, what is a tour you did go on, or a you one, or that they go?
Ah, it's a good question that. It's not really a tour to go up on the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I just go up and say I go in go see what go on and things because Ty and them youth there used to go in and stay with a virgin named Rusty. A virgin there
Mm-hmm.
know the whole thing. You go up
Mm-hmm.
with the tape with the things them and him carry to the record company and then him line up shows fee and dance fee and things like that and things. So I say I go and test the water because I have things I play and what have you. And so I go and go meet some people. Meet a
Mm-hmm.
virgin named Silver Camel who have a recording company and I gave him two albums, one in myself named Loving You and one of the
Mm-hmm.
same two youth them Peter and Lucky that I tell you past name just standing over me and
Mm-hmm.
work a couple clubs. You understand?
Mm-hmm. 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 What was that experience like for you? I mean, growing up in Jamaica, from very humble beginnings, reaching to a point where you find some song, to the point where you get enough notoriety to actually travel to a different country. Like, what was that experience like for you? How old were you when that occurred?
Well, I can't remember, because I'm telling you, China the years. Yeah, we remember the
All
number.
right, we're not forgot that so.
Yeah,
But like,
forget it, but
if you can recall, what the first time you traveled, like, how did that feel? Especially, me not talk about the family vibes. Can you tell me about that? But like, knowing like, yo, I'm an artist and a music make me there. So like, what type of feeling was that for you?
well, I'm feeling there was some excited feeling, my brethren, because what you know. You see, we are do the thing. I'm gonna fly out, and you dying to get your fly out. Because I'm used to DJ all that dance, about fly out, I don't remember how if I met you or scriptly, you
Lizard, happy fly
nah,
out,
what I'm
happy
so
fly.
it's fly out
Yeah,
thing, but
yeah.
the excited thing. So it did nice, man. You just excited, dying to go up on a plane for free to go to some notes and music, and you understand what I say? Yeah, man.
And the places that you went to, I know it had to be a remarkable feeling for say you there where you there, and at this third world country, I do what you are do, and you not even can remember say we don't have internet and them something that them time they know. So if you can know say you are go so far and your likeness and your music is known across the waters. I know that had to be an amazing feeling. I can't even imagine, how you did feel. That had to be a remarkable feeling, So
Yeah.
when would you say was the first time you traveled to America?
It's after I come back from England in the 80s, After I come back from England in the 80s, still in the 80s, before the 80s finished, I went to America. Understand? And I went to America now on a tour. A
Okay.
Virgin is still working on the radio now. Not in New York, but he's in Florida. A Virgin named Clinton Lindsay. Yeah, he take up like about 20 other way. Understand? Me, Lady Ann, the first lady and them all go there. So Burro Banton, Peter Metro, Gymnastic, before him call himself Jim Brown now. And a whole lot of it. And a whole heap of show and a whole heap of club.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I mean, so them time you start make money for your craft and your travel and So I noticed, just due to some research that you were one of the people that decided to kind of like stick to your roots, because I know back in those times, a lot of artists, once they got the opportunity to travel, they never really look back. Why did you have such strong ties to Jamaica? Like knowing that you probably could have done better going to England or staying in America or wherever. Like, what was your purpose of staying in Jamaica and doing it the hard way then?
Well, it's something good that you're saying because out of all of those people that I tell you went to the US on this tour, it's just a few of us come back home. Right now, some of them is still living there. But when I see the thing, and I see Bob Marley and I see all of those man, and those man are the king. I mean, I say, no man, them man they not run away. Mark King, him they leave you for your time. But when him find out, say, but me can't stay foreign and be Bob Marley and I deal roots rock reggae. Him have to come back in yard. Because me in England for a year now. The first time me go there, me not live there for a year. And the great thing that happened was just happen. Me have 2 youth up there.
Okay.
But me have to come back and me I say, no, you can't afford to get 2 regular here, so The right recording not go on, the right railway not go on. People not gonna love you again no more respect you. You have to come back to Jamaica, come do the thing, man, and stay here, man. Cause anytime them here, I'll see a flyer say, live from Kingston, Jamaica. People turn out more and respect you more.
Yeah. Which is right. Which is right. Which is right. Which is right. Boy, I'm not telling Mr. Fraser, you know what I mean? Not only did you stick to your roots, you were given credit by, Sammy Dread, who, me being a younger youth, familiar with M16 and, some of the hits that he put out. I was under the impression before I had him on the show that he was residing in Jamaica. I had no idea that, he was one of those pilgrimage of artists who planted his roots in America, because the songs that he would put out and the way that they were hitting would make you believe that he was still in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And to know that you had credit, that he gave you credit for, discovering his talent and telling him, yo, load the forklift and come do music. And, you know what I mean? Who were some of the other artists that you influenced, are people that, you encouraged to, perfect their craft and go further within the music?
Say that one again. Who's the what?
Who were some of the other artists who you encouraged, outside of Sammy Jet?
Okay. Well, my brother, you hear me? It's a holy party, because sometimes we just sit down and reason. But true, Samajed was so close to me because we come from Greenwich Farm, saying, and he work down at the wharf for Dry Farkley. Yeah? And he always come listen me and sing. You see it? And it lick him, and I like him, I say, nah, man, that make sense. Me work and Dry Farkley. I want to come like them, man. Yeah. And to be honest to you, him hit it before me. The way him come and get up the throwing him sing and girl. Son things song, Yeah, man. But me encourage more artists, I make them know, so well, you hear me? You see this runway thing, it now go work, but I still can't tell a man how him like, how him see him like, Because as Jonah Reed say, when you go out far and you see things where you never see before. So it's like that get to some man too, and it's like, can I tell him, I say, whatever things.
You have a career, sir, that has spanned well over probably 40 to 50 years. How do you remain behind the scenes? You know what I mean? As like, like your name probably don't mention amongst the best of the best, but you clearly have made your mark in this business. How do you manage to stay relevant? How do you manage to have the passion to do music for as long as you do?
Well, as me say, it's not something when me come say, me a hustler for, because you say something when you just work the pro, say, them should I get, but just everything. So, recognize us, you're them. Never again take it, my brother. But don't care what I temper.
Sin. I mean, where I'm telling Mr. Fraser it's a to have seen you in action, to know the immense talent that you possess. I'm not sure what transpired with Mr. Fraser's live, but in the meantime, we're going to go to a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's experiencing a little. Okay, he's back with us now. You there, sir?
Yes, ma'am, there, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, must like the live did chip out a while ago. Um,
Yeah,
so
man.
tell us a little about other endeavors that you had within the music, because we all know that you were an artist and still are an artist, but you were also a producer and a record label executive. So how did that come about? Ladies and gentlemen, having some little technical difficulties with the live. Philip Fraser's live is freezing at the moment. Apologize for any inconvenience that we experience at the moment. Totally outside our control. So in the meantime, we'll go to a little commercial break for a second. Tonight, we're here with the veteran singer Phillip Fraser, hailing from Greenwich Farm, Kingston 13, some of the greats. Everybody in Jamaica right now should be in the house, because of the curfew. And it's a good chance that we're experiencing some of the technical difficulties that we're experiencing now, not earlier. That was clearly on my side, but some of the technical difficulties that we're experiencing right now are a result of everybody being in the house, everybody on the one internet, or whether digital or floor, what I mean? So you don't know. But is the internet appear to be relatively strong? I see that he's coming in and out of the chat right now. So I'm gonna try to see if I can bring him back in, Veteran singer Phillip Fraser. Yeah, we're still experiencing some issues. Give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, my general.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're good to go, Yeah, now I was explaining to the people that everybody they home, in Jamaica, are supposed to they home. And, who not upon the internet, they on somebody else's internet as we speak, So them have to kind of bear with it, you know? No,
So
but,
that's a cause difficulty.
yeah.
Now me say for that a cause the technical.
Yeah, more than likely. Cause me go there now, Earlier, everything did upon me. Earlier, it was my fault. You know what I mean? Cause me did in a situation there, me never really have no control over. But right now, me feel like to everybody they home, and who not upon them own internet, they on somebody else's internet, and that probably a flood the system. Cause most of the interview them we conduct them upon the weekend. And most of them are stream out of Jamaica, and most of the time around them time we start have them problem,
Well, as you say, them things are satellite. some more time, you're not, and it overload, it out, everybody depend it all over the world, internet,
Yeah, man, definitely. Um, I'm not in this. I'm not in studio right now. I'm remotely conducting this interview because you gave me some songs that I was I had lined up to play tonight, and being as though I'm not in studio, I'm at another location with just my laptop alone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play those songs because I don't have anything to actually plug in to play them. But if you want to talk about some of your future endeavors, I actually hear you singing a song about the lockdown the other day. You plan on releasing that song?
You see that? Right now, through me up what go on, understand, and I make right, I tell it, and like me, remember, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Right, right. See,
Yeah, man.
it kind of,
You know, finish just a little piece of me, I come with and me just, all right, man.
seen. So, once, we obviously don't have no knowledge of when all of this are going to clear up. But are there any shows in the works? Are there any things of that nature? Hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize once again. The internet, I give you a warm time down in Jamaica. Initially, like I said, everything was on my side, but it appears to be that Mr. Fraser is having some technical difficulties on his side now. Yeah, you hear
Yeah,
me?
man, see it, you know.
Yeah. Jano. Yeah, like I say, the only thing I can attribute this to is the fact that it's a whole heap of traffic upon the internet.
It's not,
You know what I mean? 'Cause- yeah, you hear me?
it's not charging that phone. Hold on. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was asking you
Yeah, me, I hear
about
you.
your media asked about your record label, Razor.
Oh, Razor Sound. Yeah, man, I might label that, man.
So who were some of the artists that you produced or released on your label?
All the artists and artists like my son, Ross Fraser Jr., Glenn Washington, Tristan
Mm,
Palmer, Tune of Mega Bantan. Yeah, man, the artists, man, the Meditation, Michael Palmer. Be a big name artist, you know? And we have to keep it big
so
and real.
so when you did start your label?
Eh?
When you did start your label?
Start me labeling at the 90s, you know.
And is it still up
Sometime at the 90s, early 90s, you know.
and it's still up and running now?
Yeah, and no more believing that the live vinyl. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Mm. Mr. Fraser, me want do the thing some justice and you know, you're such a big artist that internet thing I give you a warm time and now, and this is not representative of who you are or what this platform is about. So we're gonna have to end up reschedule and make you forward back on the thing, man, and we can continue.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So me could do that because every minute the live a chip out, and me no want. We talked about so many different things. We covered so many different bases. Me no want this to be the final memory of the people them with up on the live. You understand me?
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. So me go link up on the other side. We're going to reschedule a continuation. But people, just remember, Phillip Fraser was here. We talked about a lot of things. We are going to get in a part few, you know what I mean, because the man's story well extensive. We just start talking about the label. So no, mark that down in our book. Say we left a talk about the label, and then we are going to move on to the next part of the thing. So I'm going to link Mr. Fraser after here. We're going to reschedule a date. To get it done. It's not going to be no far out date night. I'm going to talk about a special. So probably we'll do something during the week when, you know, everybody out on the road or wherever when the place open up back. You understand? You know what I mean? But I'm going to link you forward.
No movements are going on. No movements are going, so the internet crowded there now, you know?
Right. Exactly. So, I'm going to link you, touch base, and once we touch base, I will confirm a date. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to post it and make you know, and that's going to be part 2 of this particular interview. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there, Mr. Fraser?
Well, all I have to say to my fans out there now, Phillip Fraser is still alive and still around through the powers of the Most High, and I'm still singing and writing good same way, so them to just look out for Phillip Fraser works. Yeah, man, I love them, you know.
And the last thing I'm going to ask if you do before you come off of the live, like we have little bit of internet, I only buy a string. If possible, can you give us a live overall settings dub plate on the live right now? I will just end it there, so.
Away something name again, podcast, huh?
Overall settings. You don't even have to say podcast.
Overall settings you want.
Overall settings, yeah.
Okay. I will never let it go. Overall settings. I will never let it go. Overall settings. I've got to hold on every day, in every way. I want everyone to tune in to overall settings. That's what I got to say.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Phillip Fraser, part 1. We are going to link him after here. Yeah, man. We are going to link him after here and schedule part 2. Big up yourself, Mr. Fraser. We link up on the other side, my general.
Say it again.
I will never let it go. I will never let it go. I will never, I've got to hold on every day, in every way. But the things you would say just couldn't be that way. You'll never ever reach if you don't try it. Instead you keep on telling all those dreadful life, just wait and see how things will be. Overall station is a dancehall star. An overall station. Murder all at the station. Overall, we love you in every way. Overall, kill all jump and station every day. And I know why.
Well, that was the part one of Mr. Phillip Fraser's interview. We're gonna line up a part two. We're gonna link him forward. Probably another coming week here we are come, so we can continue to talk about the sound, talk about the label, you know what I mean, and what about other things where, you know, endeavors and things when they have him on in a we probably not already know about. So anyway, without further ado, overall settings the podcast at different. Stay tuned. Tell a friend to tell a friend. As soon as we stop the live here, we are going to restart another live with Jabuki. And a bless up on yourself. Overall settings the podcast at different.